Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andreea, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how I've created this very dramatic makeup look. This is definitely not an everyday makeup look, at least not for me, but I thought there might be events, there might be places where you want to go, and I'm here to help you with some inspiration. In this video, I've partnered with Sephora to share with you some of my favorite products that you can find at Sephora.com and in stores. You guys know I love Sephora. I'm there all the time. I share stories from Sephora. I love to buy online. I am incredibly happy to partner with them in this video and just share products that I use all the time. So let's get started. Laura Mercier Hydrating Silicone-Free Primer. This is what I'll be using today. I really like the new primers from Laura Mercier, especially the hydrating one, and I always focus it like right here on the cheeks. The skin feels so good after this. Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. I've only used this once on my channel. This is an oil-free foundation and it has SPF 30. My color right now, since I've got a little bit of self-tan, is 340 Oak. Oak, I would say, is like a medium tone foundation with definitely warm olive undertone. It looks a little bit more yellow in the video because of the lights, but for real, it actually matches really well with my chest and the rest of my body. You guys, I love this foundation. I love the coverage. I love how it feels, how it lasts on my skin. I would say I need about 3 pumps for the whole face. You could totally layer this foundation, but I find that the coverage for my skin is great with just one layer, and I really buff it into the skin. Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection Concealer. This is in light medium 10. I could really use light medium 9 or light medium 10. They both work. But I find that with light medium 10, it hides better like the blue tone. Sephora 57 brush. And you see how it just brightened the under eyes. Like, this concealer is fantastic, and you could also use it if you have melasma or dark spots or just any imperfection color related. You could use this concealer to hide those. Now, I said this in my previous video, I am hooked by this Pat McGrath under eye blurring powder. This is so beautiful under the eyes. If you usually use powder and it seems like it emphasizes your wrinkles and fine lines around the eyes, try this one. It's so incredibly finely milled, and not only that it's going to set your makeup, your concealer in place, but it's also going to sort of blur the fine lines. I'm using the color Light, and before I set the concealer, I always make sure no product creased. And then I apply a little bit of powder, not a crazy amount, by tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Don't do the swiping motions. That's just going to disturb the concealer, so be gentle with this area. Now for the rest of the face, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Loose Powder. This is probably the finest powder that I've ever used. I like to apply this with the same brush on the center of my face, forehead, sides of the nose, a little bit on the nose, and around the mouth. There's a lot of movement around the mouth, and usually foundation tends to crease like in these wrinkles right here. The powder will prevent that from happening. Now, with what powder I've got left on my brush, I will apply a small amount wherever I know I'm going to use bronzing powder. The reason why I do that is because this step is going to prevent your bronzer to look patchy or muddy. Charlotte Tilbury came out with Airbrush bronzers. They're inspired by their iconic powder, the Airbrush compact powder. And I know a lot of you love that as a finishing powder. So this is the same consistency, but it's a bronzing powder. There's a lot of product in here. I dare you to hit the pan. This comes in 4 different colors, and the color that suits my skin tone is number 2 medium. But let me show you all the others. So this one right here in my left hand, it's number 1. This is number 2. And then here we have number 3, which is tan. And number 4 on my left hand, which is deep. Now you probably want to see the difference between 2 and 3. Because the deep one is definitely, you could tell that it's so deep. But it's always like in the middle that we're like, should I get the 2? Should I get the 3? I think it doesn't matter your skin type, you're going to love these. But especially if you have oily skin. So this is the color number 2. And I like to use it just to warm up the skin a little bit. It's a matte bronzing powder, which I think it makes it very versatile. You could also apply this, you know, as an eyeshadow as well. Alright, so now that the skin has this bronzy finish, I'm going to move on with blush. I wanted to show you this beautiful palette from NARS. This is the Overlust palette. You guys know I have a soft spot for NARS. With this palette, I mean, you've got 3 highlighters and 3 blushes. The blushes are so soft. They're powder, but they feel like very, very creamy, and the colors are just beautiful. Obviously, the one in the middle is going to be my favorite, and then this one right here, it's also beautiful. The highlighter, I mean, look at this highlighter. Look at this. This is the blush. Don't be locked in the idea that this has to be used just, you know, as blush and as a highlighter. You can use this on the eyes as well. It will make it a very soft, very gentle eyeshadow. I'll take the color in the middle and then get it on the skin. You guys, this has a very subtle satin finish. I barely sense it because it doesn't make the skin look completely flat. Usually when you have a blush that is completely matte, it would turn the skin, you know, being very, very flat. This gives that very realistic skin effect. I am being known as using blush more than I need. From the same palette, I'll take this highlighter right here with the Anastasia A23 brush and just get it on the highest point of the cheek. I think I'm going to go for a pretty strong makeup look, so I don't want a lot of highlighter, and if I need it, I could add it later. A little bit of highlighter on the bridge of the nose and Cupid's bow. I'm gonna shape my eyebrows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color Taupe. And first I like to go over the parts, you know, where I'm missing some hair. And I always brush through the eyebrows to give it that more natural look. This product gives you very shaped, very powdery looking eyebrows. Then I move on with clear brow gel, also from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is not only going to hold the hair in place, but it's also going to give the eyebrows that 3D effect, a very realistic effect. And I like to brush them up, only upwards, like so you can actually see the tip of the eyebrows getting out of the shape that I've created previously with the pencil. This is what gives it a very realistic effect, in my opinion. Now, this is going to be a strong eye, so I suggest you either you're very, very careful and you have a lot of patience on the way you apply this, or you just start with the eyes. The pencil I'm using right now, it's the classic from Charlotte Tilbury. You saw me using this a lot. It's a very powdery pencil that I personally love. Very dark brown. And I apply this even in the inner part of the eye on the waterline. And then a little bit more at the outer corner. Then I'm taking a brush and I spread this. Don't worry if it's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. I want to just make my eyes look longer and to also lift them. Spreading this pencil towards the end of my eyebrow. And then what is left on the brush, I get it in the crease. Then I take a blending brush and just make sure this is nicely blended. Then I'm taking a little bit of this bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury with the same blending brush and get it in the crease. It's been a while since I haven't used La Dolce Vita. This is a palette from Charlotte Tilbury that I absolutely love. I'm gonna take this color, the darker one right here, and apply it on top of this pencil. I'm applying it exactly in the places where I've applied the pencil. And again, I take the brush and then I just make sure that the edges are nicely spread. Then I'll take this color right here with my finger. I apply it first right here on the inner part of the eye. The best way to apply this is with your fingers. On its own, it's very pretty. However, what I've discovered is that if you apply this is a highlighter from Fenty Beauty. It's called Cognac Candy, and it's just beautiful. So I take this with my finger and get it on top. And I promise you, at night, this shines incredible. Incredible. It has the most special shine. I get it also on the lower lashes. Makeup Forever Artist Pencil. This is in Whatever Black. And I'll get this at the base of my lashes, like in between them. And then I sort of sketch a winged shape. This technique is great if you have hooded eyes. As you can see, I have two folds right here. But with my eyes open, I just sketch the shape regardless of those little folds right there and continue towards the end of my eyebrow, but I don't get there, right? And then I continue with this black also on the inner part of the eyes, like right here. Next, I'm taking just a touch of black eyeshadow, and I'm using this one from the Huda Beauty palette. This is their Rose Gold palette remastered, and I just go over the black pencil we've just applied, but also on the lower lash line just at the end. If I would have applied black eyeliner, it would have been a little bit disruptive. I want this to be more like a smoky. Then I take back that Charlotte Tilbury pencil and get it on the waterline one more time. Marc Jacobs At Lashed Mascara. I've only started to use this recently. This is a fantastic mascara if you want to have your lashes super black and very well separated. It gives you like those spiky lashes. And this thinner wand just allows you to get very, very close to the base of your lashes and lift them. Mascara on the lower lashes as well. You guys, I love this. This is such a sexy look. Urban Decay Naked 2 Lip Liner. Whoa, this color is beautiful. Then you know me, I like to spread the lip liner with my finger. I've literally just spread it all over my lip. And then just a little bit of Penelope Pink lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. Only on the center. I always go after the Penelope Pink from Charlotte Tilbury because this is a nude lipstick that looks good for my skin tone. Most of the brands that I've used in my video can exclusively be found in Sephora. Tatcha is one of them. Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. You guys know I love this mist from Tatcha. I like to apply it on the sides of my face, so it gives my skin a very dewy finish. This is not the kind of makeup look that you go at the grocery store with. I mean, if you do, it's fine. It might be looking intimidating, but I promise you, you can totally recreate this. Everything that I've used can be found in Sephora, and the list with the products that I've used in this video can be found in the description down below. I hope you are part of the Sephora Beauty Insider. If not, I totally recommend you to be a Beauty Insider. You get 1 point per $1 spent, and you have a lot of benefits, like seasonal saving events. You've got free standard shipping. It's free to join, so why not do it? And you could be the first one to access a product. Insiders are free to join. You get 10% off for seasonal savings events. VIB is when you spend more than $350, and that's when you get 15% off for seasonal savings events. And then Rouge is for those the makeup obsessed. That is what you get if you spend over $1,000. But then for seasonal savings events, you get 20% off. I mean, I don't need to convince you. I know you guys love Sephora. I love Sephora. I'm a Sephora girl for sure. I love that I can find everything in one place. Literally, there you can find anything. I really hope you enjoyed this look, and if you did, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Sephora, for partnering with me in this video. This was a real treat. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!